Alright, so here it is, stage 3, race Makuri, turf and surf. I think it's 15.5 miles. As you notice, I'm not pedaling that fast. I sped this up to 400%. Tried some other things so that hopefully this will run smoother. So far, so good. Yeah, right out of the gate, stayed with this front pack. We were moving pretty fast. We were pushing over 3 watts per kilo. It was interesting because we had, I think, two or three females with us, so that was really cool. Yeah, we're just racing through town here, pushing hard. I was surprised how quick these people were moving. We did basically lose the pack in the back by about, I think we're like 12 or 13 second lead on them. Here I'm just trying to stay in the group to save my energy, but it's really hard because these guys are pushing. As you see here, this Jay Chess, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. He'll keep trying to break away, and we just reel him back in. I don't know what he was trying to do this early in the ride. I mean, I think this was 15.5 miles total. We've been averaging like 22, 23 miles an hour. So yeah, it was fast. So yeah, we just keep going, and I just did not want to lose this group. So we kind of just move. Every once in a while I would get to the front and I'd have to ease up a little bit, but you have to be careful because if you ease up too much you might get dropped and you just won't catch these guys. So there goes that Shees guy again in the front, and of course he doesn't get too far. We reel him back in. Yeah, I'm in the purple, it's half purple, half orange jersey with the red socks kind of on the center of the screen there. Then we have Stevens takes off, and I gotta say that guy's a beast. I think he's 58 years old. So yeah, he just moves. So we're like, all right, we can't let anybody break away. So we kind of get in the front, keep that momentum going, trying to tire people down if we can. But I have to be careful I don't tire myself out, because yeah, it was a struggle to hang on. And then trying to get a drink is really hard when you're moving this quick. There's really no, you got to keep pedaling, because if you stop, you're going to get dropped. And I thought I was going to get dropped here, but I kind of just hung on as long as I could and kind of stayed with the pack. We're 3.3 miles in, still averaging about 22 miles an hour. I'm surprised that it's going this fast, this long. Usually it's, the first mile or two, and then things start to settle. But for this race, it did not. It was just full force the whole way. I mean, I was just giving everything I had. It was crazy. And then I thought a couple of these guys were like young guys, but it turns out most of the people in here were older than I was, so that was pretty cool too. I guess they were really good. So now we're on the off-road here. Going to start hitting some hills, which really, you think, all right, we're going to hit some hills, that'll break this group up a little bit, because you can usually drop people on the hills and kind of get a little bit of a breakaway, but it was tough. Here we're going back uphill. There's some downhills in here, and that was a struggle for me, because I think myself and the guy in the green jersey there were probably the two lightest. And the way you can tell that is when you're going downhill, everybody's watts will be really low, but they're kind of going fast, and you have to pedal downhill to keep up. Basically, you're lighter, so you're not going to coast as fast as they will, so they get a little advantage where they can rest going downhill. And we kind of can get a little bit of an advantage going uphill because we're lighter, so we don't have to pull that weight up the hill. So we still have a group here. I think at this point we lost all of the females, unfortunately. Would have been cool to have them in the pack. So we have these guys, what is it? I think it's Before You Notice or something like that, and this Gilmore guy. They're gonna attempt to break away at some point. I try to muster up the crew so we can try to reel them in, but we eventually lose them. And the one guy, the Before guy, he's a beast. Holy crap! Once the race was over, I looked at his numbers, and I think he officially got kicked to C. So this is probably his last D race, which is appropriate, because he was pushing more watts than he should have been. So yeah, just still hanging in there. I'm in like second now, trying to take my turn up front a little bit, and there goes that Shees guy again, taking off, thinking he's going to lose everybody. We're still not even halfway through the race. We're at 7.3 miles. There's 8 miles left. And then I think this is when, yeah, Gilmore and the Before You Notice guy, they take off. That's the three up front. So right now we've got, 4th, 5th, and 6th place. So I'm in this group of 4 here, and these guys are really awesome. We kind of work together as a team. Stuck together almost the whole thing. We did lose one guy, and then he did catch up and hung with us again, but near the finish there was a really big hill, and then we lost him again. So it's just the 3 of us. And there's that Scheisse guy. We catch him, and as you see, he kind of slowly starts to fall off the back. I think he burned everything out because he just kept trying to push to the front, and you don't want to do that. It's too early. You want to wait a little bit, maybe last 2-3 miles, maybe. Go sooner if you have it in you, but like I said, these other 2 guys were they're really putting down some power, and like you can't even see them on the screen now. They're like gone. They're like 14 seconds ahead. So we're trying to just keep moving. We're all taking turns in the front. And I think we're going uphill again, and it's in like sand, so it makes it even worse. It's harder to get up. So Stevens and I are just kind of staying in the front here, going back and forth. I feel like Stevens kept trying to get away, but we would just reel him back in. But that guy had some power too. I mean, he just kept pushing. I don't know where he got it from because I was dying. So yeah, I'm just leading up this hill, hoping it'll end soon. We still have I think it's 5.8 miles left. It could be 5.0. I can't really see. Yeah, it was 5.8. Just went to 5.7. So yeah, we're still just going up this hill. I'm tired. I'm ready to just give up. But I can't. I have to keep going. So I lean back a little bit. My knees were killing me. A lot of pushing up this hill. I just didn't want to end. So we're almost 30 minutes in. We're about to hit 10 miles. Average speed's a lot slower now because we're going uphill, but we're still pushing. We're over 2 watts. I earned my sunglasses there, so that's cool, I guess. Trying to get some more fluids in me. And we're going downhill now. As you can see, Stevens kind of takes off in the up there on the straightaway. He's probably tired too, so he's just trying to break away maybe and hope we won't chase him. But that's not going to happen. We're going to pull him back in. Yeah, the guy we lost previously was Sebastian. He has like the weird hat on and the red jersey, but he kind of caught up to us again, so that was cool. I'd rather keep a nice group of 4. For some reason, I pulled away there. I don't know why I did that. I guess I'm trying to see if I can tire these guys out. We were all just, working together, but then trying to see if we can secure our place for 3rd because of the 2 guys ahead of us. And the other thing isn't certain. You don't know if they're actually officially D-class, so they could get DQ'd when you go look at the official standings, so we could be battling right here for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, we're cruising along the beach here. Stevens is in the front again. I mean, the guy's he's an animal. And I'll take the lead a little bit. I'm dying. We're going uphill again. I've got 2.8 miles left, so it's just kind of like just push, get this over with. My ass is hurting, so I kind of had to get out of the saddle. And again, like the thing with this virtual racing is like you don't coast. Like there's never any time to coast. You're always pedaling. Where in the real world you can you find places to coast, and you'll kind of stick with the group. It's not as you don't lose them as quick as you do on here. Like if you coast here, you've got like 2 or 3 seconds to get your cadence back up, or you're going to get dropped. I guess in the real world it does. I've never really raced in the real world, but I know just riding, like you find opportunities to coast, and most people, will coast just to get a little break. So we're coming around the corner here. Again, we're going uphill. It was like 5% grade. Now it's up to 6. We're just dying. I mean, this is just horrible. Like, I just want this over. So I'm like, I just got to push as hard as I can just to see those miles drop. So we're almost at 1.5 miles left. Stevens tries to make a break again. So we reel him back in because it's like, yeah, no, I'm not. I could have first, second, or third, or third if I can beat these guys, not knowing, like I said, who's actually officially a D class and who isn't. So yep, moving along. And yeah, this is just about done. I compressed it down to 10 minutes because yeah, it's hard to talk for 45 minutes over these, and I feel they're kind of boring. I'd like to maybe get them even shorter, get them to like 5 minutes. But then things are going so quick on the screen, it's kind of not even really worth watching. I don't know. I'll try it. So we're still climbing out of this little cavern. And again, Stevens breaks away, and I'm like, I'm not letting that happen. Got to stay with him. At least I can, like I said, I should probably at least be able to get third if I can beat all of these guys, and possibly get first. So Stevens is just rocking him. I mean, he almost did tire me out. At this point, I'm baked, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what's his name, Maraboli, just comes up, and I'm like, all right, I guess this is going to be a race to the finish. Yeah, at this time we lost Sebastian. He kind of fell off the back. He's like 17 seconds behind us. That shows how quick we're pushing. Here's the finish. I sprint, and I get third place officially.